Hey guys, my name is PoketrainerAsh. I'm a smaller GBO content creator on YouTube. I'm absolutely blown away that I have been given this opportunity. It's while FP Sticks, or some people know him as Taylor, is recovering. And huge shout out to FP Sticks and my subscribers that lobbied me for me to be able to do this. A link to my channel will be in the description, and let's get into it. So let's hop into the first battle serum. So we got Ducklett on Ducklett. So what I'm going to do is mirror, and I don't have the second charge moves, not because of the dust, because I don't have simply enough candies, and I'm not going to invest rare candies into it. So what I'm trying to do is sneak in a fast move, and they do go for the Brave Bird, so that's a good shield on my end here. So building up almost to 2 aerial aces, trying to bait the Brave Bird, you know, let's make fake it till you make it. So aerial ace, and they do let it go. That takes out the Ducklett, and so I'm gonna stay in this. I'm gonna let them farm me down, but not until I get off chip damage. I probably should have built up to another Brave Bird, probably threatened another shield, but that's okay. Farm me all the way down. I have an answer to it, which is my Bulbasaur here, and switching to Vulpix and bringing out my Chinchou here. Now I'm gonna go straight Bubble Beam. This is still a tricky situation, even though I am a water type. Because body slam from a Shadow Vulpix is going to do a lot here, so we still got to watch out for the body slam here. Throwing the bubble beam, lowering the attack as fast as I can, spitting out another bubble beam, and this is Ember before people realize that quick attack did more gain more energy. So this body slam's going to be doing less, but it's still going to chunk a bit. Yeah. So that's double debuffed, and hopefully I make it to another bubble beam, which is I do. But will this be enough to KO that Vulpix? It is Shadow. No, not enough to KO, so we simultaneously swap. And Thunderbolt, you take it all day, but it will be bringing me low. Bubble Beams, big mistake. I think she goes for another Bubble Beam. Either way, a C-Bomb still going to KO here, I do believe. So, yeah, and he quits. He realized that was over. So, Ducklett into a Water Gun Ducklett. Okay. This is probably the only time I've seen a Water Gun Ducklett, and I was like, there's no way this could be a Brave Bird so quick. And it did wood shots, holy crap. So they bring in that, and we have a hard counter to this Barbrooch here. So we're going to show it once because the Ice Beam is real. So I have a Barbrooch on my own, so I know it can learn Ice Beam. So we do correctly shoot up an Ice Beam there. And see what he brings back in a Fire type, and I'm probably just going to go for a C-Bomb bait here. And I usually tip Egg Shield because it's super glassy, which is this one does, and then now I'll go for a Sludge. Let's see if my opponent decides to shield here. No, they don't decide to shield, able to farm down, which is very amazing. And they Water Gun me down, which isn't too terribly bad, and we got the Chinchou, we're looking to farm all the way down. I think this is too quick to be a Brave Bird, but I still decide to shield it, and we are taking the win, so GG to my opponent. So hopping into this next one, we got Ducklett into Piplup. This can win this in the one shield, I do believe. So let's see how this plays out. And I think this thing can learn Night Slash, and which is very scary, I think. So I get a fast attack through, which is good for us. And we showed up an Icy Wind. So yeah, like I said, these were the first battles. I really wasn't sure what these opponents were running with their moves. And Aerial Ace coming through, not enough to KO after the Icy Wind debuff, but able to farm down. And they bring back in their own Ducklett, so I can now line my Pokemon up. Even though I lose CMP tie here, it should be an Aerial Ace, I do believe. No, it's just a Bubble Beam. Ducklett's running Bubble Beam out here, so able to get to this Aerial Ace. It's going to be 2 times debuffed, but that's okay. Chip damage is chip damage, and they do decide to let it go. And let's see if I can get to another Aerial Ace. So able to make it to another Aerial Ace here, which is very good for us because it'll be easier for us to farm down the Ducklett, and they do actually decide to shield that. So they're giving up the last shield, and I don't believe I shield anything here. But let's see if I do decide to throw the shield. I do. It was just a Bubble Beam, which is very unfortunate, but still able to farm it all the way down. So I'm guessing there's a fire. Yep, there's a fire right there. I am debuffed, but these Bubble Beams will still chunk and debuff my opponent. So we got to get this Vulpix out as fast as we can. I should be throwing them as fast as I can. Oh yeah, Thunderbolt should actually be enough to KO after that Bubble Beam. So we realized that, and so now we're going for the Thunderbolt, and it should be enough to take it out. So GG's to my opponent. Hopping into the next one here. So we got Ducklett into Ducklett, so another mirror. So what I like to try to do in this is try to get a fast attack through, and I shouldn't have gone straight for the Aerial Ace, because I could possibly get a shield, but I'm guessing chip damage is chip damage. And this one's still water gun. I realized how quick I can get to a Brave Bird last time, and I still decided to let it go. So very unfortunate. And they actually do decide to swap in the heart counter, and I accidentally switch into my Bulbasaur here. That was very bad. So I do decide to let that go and bring in my Chinchou, hoping my Chinchou can close this battle out. So I'm going straight for the Bubble Beam here, and I think I should try to farm down after this. The body slams are still going to chunk, so I have to start shielding. I do have 2 shields, so about time to start shielding. And I think I tried to farm all the way down. I didn't want to eat another body slam, so I tried to win TMP tie with the Bubble Beam, but I ended up losing. So I significantly undercharged this. Yeah, and I'm able to farm down with 1 spark, and they have their own Chinchou in the back, and this is over. So all they have to do is shield this Thunderbolt, and they're looking good over there. And they actually don't decide to shield that, which is kind of a ballsy move. But GG's to my opponent. Very well played. I made a mistake, but we all do that sometimes. So hopping into the next one here, we got Ducklett into Poliwag. So I don't know how this goes, but I know the mud shots are double resisted, so that's what's going for us. And we get a fast attack through, which is we love to see. Mud bomb, not doing much. Body slam, we could have took it, and this is a good matchup for us. So I think I'm just going to throw an air release and dip into my Bulbasaur. So let's see if that's what I do. And no, actually going for double air release. Let's see if we get 2 shields out of the opponent here. No, they don't give up 2 shields, so we're just able to fast attack down here. And let's see what my opponent brings in. And they bring in the Shadow Growlithe. So now we get to line the Chinchou up against that, so that our Bulbasaur does not have to see that, because that's going to be very, very dangerous. So Body Slam definitely going to shield that, because that's going to be doing a lot of damage. And you're going to be surprised how much this Bubble Beam does, even though it's a low energy, low damage move. But they actually end up shielding it, and now I bring in my Bulbasaur, and I think I do decide to shield once here. No, I wanted to take it, and it is a Mud Bomb. Doing a decent chunk, so able to farm down. I realized that my win con was the Chinchou, so I'm going to throw the C-Bomb. This might be enough to KO. It is. Shadow Growlithe is very, very glassy. So GG's to my opponent. So this cup is really all about alignment here. So you definitely want to get that alignment. I actually switch up the lead here and the Chinchou to see how well it does. And we end up picking up a very good lead. I think I only do this for 2 battles. So Bubble Beam does get shielded, and then switch out into a Ducklett. So this is still a good matchup, and we're going to stay in this. Now, Bulbasaur can actually win the 1 shield with a Ducklett, but they end up double shielding because you have to bait the Seed Bomb and then go for the Sludge, I do believe. And I do shield this, and it is a Brave Bird. That would probably be enough to take us out, and we're just going to farm all the way down here. And let's see what they bring back in. Probably, nope, they don't bring in the Charmander. It's going to be a Cottony. Here's why they didn't bring that in before. So we're going to Bubble Beam here and then go for the Thunderbolt, just because the Charm's going to do less. And Thunderbolt still going to do a decent chunk. Yep. Doing about like 35%. And then we have a Ducklett, so this is still a great matchup for us. Going to shield a potential Body Slam, I'm thinking. But it's actually just a Flame Charge, so it's Flame Charge coming out from the Charmander there. And the Charmander is actually shiny, which is very nice. Let's go Air Release before we take another move. And the Cottony comes back in, and I think we just fast attack down. No, we're going for an Air Release here. So do the shield, yep, they do decide to shield, and I think we're just going to fast attack down here. So GG's to my opponent. Hopping into the next one. Now this is a pretty meta team, but it did actually work for me. I actually gained like tons of EVO for it, so if you actually want to try this team, I think it's still a pretty good team, but it's going to be more difficult to run with the current meta. So Vulpix against this Ducklett here. This one is running quick attacks, which gains energy more quickly. Body Slam able to take it, so we're going to take it. And Air Release coming through. Let's see if the Vulpix decides to shield, which is they do. They respected the Brave Bird because I built up to, I think, a Brave Bird. So I think we bring in Chinchou here. Yes. So bringing in a Chinchou. This is quick attack. We can eat a Body Slam, no problem here. So yep, Body Slam coming through and trying to get to this Bubble Beam as fast as possible because we don't want to eat another Body Slam. And they don't decide to shield, but you'll be taking it out, and they're bringing back in that Shadow Bulbasaur, and it is just shredding this Chinchou. The Vine Whips are just brutal. Getting off this Bubble Beam, no shielding, and then bringing in my own Bulbasaur. And I can win this in the one shield, but it's going to be very, very close. And I believe that Bulbasaur does have energy. So this is going to be a very close game. So they actually don't decide to shield that, which is very interesting. And they do get my shield with the Brave Bird. And I'm able to farm down, but I end up losing CMP tie. Oh, actually, I win CMP tie against the Shadow Bulbasaur. Actually, very interesting here. And they do decide to shield it. And either way, that was CMP tie. I wouldn't be able to go off 2 moves. So GG's to my opponent. Yeah, that Chinchou wasn't able to do nothing. Vine Whip, so just doing so much to that Chinchou. So we'll hop into the next one here. Chinchou into Pinsir. So this is actually very good. I have seen this a couple times. Pinsir is actually a very good pick. It has the Flame Charge and Crunch, which is a very good moveset, I believe, for a fire type, in my opinion. So we lower the attack, we get a shield, and we sneak in a Spark, which is very good. So it looks like they're boosting our attack back up again. So we're just going to go ahead and lower that again. And the boosting attack, lower the rain attack. Very funny. And so he does decide to let that go, able to farm down. I think he just probably got to one right there, and a Barboach coming in. So we're going for the neutral move instead of the single resistant move. And we don't get a shield, surprisingly, because Barboach is actually very squishy. So if we went for the Thunderbolt there, I wonder how much that would have done. Probably would have done a decent chunk. So we throw another Bubble Beam. We're just getting this thing low as possible, making them throw energy here in order to take us out. Yep, Mud Bomb coming through. It will take us out, so bring in a Ducklett. And there's a Chikorita in the back. So we end up losing this in the one shield, I do believe. So we're going to shield once. Let's see if we call it right. Nope. It was a Body Slam bait, which is very unfortunate. Getting lag. Able to go off this air release here, which is very good. So let's see the shield. They do decide to shield, and we're just trying to do as much wing attack damage as possible. And it should be Energy Ball. Yep. So Energy Ball coming through, taking us out. And we have to farm up a lot of energy here. Body slams, of course, are going to hurt, but we got to farm up some energy here. So farming up just a little residual energy, and I believe that was CMP tie. I'm not sure who wins, but I think it was or is pretty close. So C-Bomb taking it out, and unfortunately they do have a move stored. So very unfortunate. If we just got one more Vine Whip, I think we probably could have secured that, but I'm not sure who wins CMP tie there. So very close game. GG's to my opponent. So Ducklett into Ducklett, both have wing attack, but I'm one wing attack ahead of them. So I think this is a little too quick for a Brave Bird, so I do decide to no shield it. And yeah, and it's just an air relay, so good call on my end here. And they do get a wing attack in, which is okay. Now we're even on energy. And air relay's coming through. They do decide to shield that because I built up a lot of energy. And throwing one wing attack over an air relays here. And let's see if they do decide to shield. And they don't. And we get a wing attack through, so we are going to decide to shield here. Matching shields here. And we should be able to wing attack down. So winning lead probably is very crucial. Now we get to the line, the Chinchou up against the Slowbro. This is, we definitely don't want to see that. And there's a Cotton in the back, and we win this in one shield, going straight Sludge Ball. And that's if you got good IVs, and you definitely want to prevent the charm from going through. So we got the Sludge Bomb coming through here, or about to. So building up and hitting an excellent on the Sludge. And it actually is enough to KO because it's double super effective. One Confusion is enough to take us out here. And then we just need to get to his Thunderbolt against the Slowpoke. And he ends up winning CMP tie, which is okay. No big dealio because we can simply shield this up. And it was a Water Pulse. I've never seen a Slowpoke use Water Pulse before. So that is very interesting to see. So taking the win. So hopping into the last battles, I do believe. So we got a Ducklett and two Ducklett. Again, I've been seeing this a lot in the very beginning of the Elemental Cup when I first did these battles, and it was just really crazy. So I started running Chinchou on the up front. At least that's what I thought, and then I ended up getting like different leads in Ducklett. So, but back in the commentary here, so we got the air lace coming through, and it does decide to get a shield there, and building up to almost another Brave Bird. CMP tying on this air lace so he can't switch out. Yep, CMP tying on that air release, and this will be getting the opponent very low. So this is they actually double shield, so that's actually very good, fine with me, because we can come back in with the Chinchou and just farm all the way down, and we can let this go, saving the last shield, just an air release. They probably should went for a Brave Bird there, and then switch into a chest spin, and then we have a Bulbasaur to counter that, and Body Slams are still going to hurt here. Got Body Slam coming through. And we just need to get to a Sludge here, and this will be taking out the chest pin. that's what coming through, and it is definitely enough to take out Chespin and probably his whole family. And it has a Cyndaquil in the back, and Chinchou is definitely going to sweep this game up. Thunderbolt coming through, definitely enough to take it out, and then farming all the way down. So that's going to be all for the battles I have for you today. Thank you guys very much for watching, and thank you again, FB Sticks, for allowing me to be featured on your channel, and I wish you a speedy recovery. And if you haven't checked out my channel, there'll probably be a link down below in the description. And thank you guys so much for watching. PokeTrainer out.